Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for joining my channel once again. I'm grateful that you do always tune in to learn a thing or two from the thoughts I share on this channel. Today, I am tackling imposterism. I've already done a video on it where I indicated what it is and how it comes about, what causes it. And today I want to tackle on the 5 types or categories of imposter syndrome that people fall into. Essentially, we have about 5 broad umbrellas under which people who have imposterism fall. So for the purpose of this, these 5 are the expert, the genius, the perfectionist, the soloist, and the superhero. And I'll break down and explain these briefly. So the expert is someone who acts as a know-it-all. They act as a know-it-all. At any point in time, they want to be seen as an expert. And so if they fall short of this, it affects them and they feel like a fraud. They want to be seen as the go-to person on a subject matter, the subject specialist that everyone should gravitate towards. So this is one group of people that are faced with imposter syndrome because they are almost always under pressure to live out to the expectations they have placed on themselves or they think people have of them. So that's the first group. The second group are the genius. The genius group, they are the get it quick. So under any instance, whatever is being taught, whatever is being shared or learned, they want to get it quick. They want to understand it. So if it's taking longer for them to learn something and appreciate it, then they come under pressure, feeling like they are not living up to their own standards. And for that reason, they feel like imposters. They don't take their time to learn and appreciate things because they are almost always in a hurry to grasp concepts and to practicalize these concepts and to stand out. So in the end, it affects them and make them feel like a fraud if they are unable to live up to that. The third group of people are the perfectionists. They are the get-it-alls. They want to get it all on the first trial. They want to be as perfect as possible. They are the ones that go into an examination and getting 99 is not good enough for them. They must get it all. They must score it all. They must blow the paper. If they are given a task to perform as a professional, they want to do it to the highest level possible because they want to be just perfect. So for these get-it-alls, they feel like they are frauds if they are unable to meet the 100% target they set for themselves all the time. They are extremely excellent conscious, and once they don't meet their standards of exceptionality, it affects them. And then there is the fourth group, the soloists. The soloists are the do-it-alone. They are lone rangers. They want to do everything in their own way, on their own terms, to their own standards and satisfaction. And if you don't allow them, or if they tackle something and they feel they are unable to do it all on their own, they'll feel like failures. They'll feel like they are fraud because they are unable to attain this. And sometimes when they raise or project themselves in that manner and they are unable to meet the expectations of the people who know them and believe in them and expect them to do same, they become even more frustrated. So The do it alones are also a category of people who often get affected by imposterism. And then the last group of people I choose to call the superheroes. They are the can do it all at any point in time. When faced with any challenge or circumstance, they want to pose as the people who can do it all. So if for any reason they are unable to do all, to deal with their own professional mess or personal mess or challenges, they see it as an attack on who they are because they are unable to shine and showcase as superheroes. They feel like a fraud. So essentially, these are the 5 categories of people who are challenged with imposterism. And when this comes up, it has some level of impact on each of these groups of people. So there are some effects of imposter syndrome on people and their careers. So if you fall under any of the 5 categories I've mentioned, chances are you would be impacted either positively or negatively in your career. And some of the effects include but are not limited to the following. You face dissatisfaction. You would never feel satisfied because you feel you are not doing enough, and you want to always raise the standard and be at a level because you feel when you go below that level, which often happens because you are human, people will think you are a fraud and you are not living up to your standards and to their expectations. Chances are you would experience unreached potential. You may not be able to do your best because you are always under anxiety, you are under stress, trying to live up to the expectations of people and your own expectations, which is influenced by the imposter syndrome. You are likely to undergo depression and stress. You will overwork yourself and you will feel unhappy, down most of the time because you are not meeting your targets and all of that. You would have prolonged moments of feeling sad and worried due to unmet expectations. You would also become a workaholic because you want to keep pleasing, you want to keep the standards, and you are afraid that if you let down your guard even for a minute or a second, you might not be able to live up to your standards or expectations. So you end up overworking yourself trying to meet such standards. And consequently, it also impacts on your relationships. You would have relationship issues because you are so focused trying to live up to these expectations and standards. Your relationship suffers. If you are a family man or woman, your spouse and children will bear the brunt. If you are in a relationship, your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiancé would complain and it would have impact on it. So even at the workplace, chances are you may not pay attention to your colleagues because you are focused on not being or feeling like a fraud. So in the end, it doesn't work for your good. So these are some of the challenges that imposterism would impose on anybody who is going through it. I hope you have learned something valuable from this video, as you always do on this channel. Do stay tuned and see more content from this channel. Until I come your way again, I am Gamel, and I would like you to subscribe. Peace out.